getting, it's the women. When I started getting attacked by women in their 50s, that's where I always find the age group. I get the most, I got the most attacks from women in their 40s and 50s. It started when I was in my early 30s, like late 20s, early 30s.
You mean the same age range as me right now?
Say that again?
I said, you're saying it started in the same age range I'm in right now?
Uh-huh. My late 20s, my early 30s. That's when it intensified really. And like, I was like, why? I felt like they crawled out of the woodwork. And it's like, I was like, is there some kind of sense on me that says step on me? And I didn't know what it was.
Let's put it this way, Satan knows when you're present, even when you don't know he's there.
Child, I didn't know. It would take somebody pointing it to me, because like when you're not paying attention, you're not trying to. And I didn't know that I needed to protect myself. It would always be that the Lord would bring somebody in my life, and I would watch somebody defend me and like get rid of all the scallywags. And
scallywags?
That's what they are, scallywags. So like, then that's when I understood, oh wait a minute, something is happening to me. Something is wrong. It's not me. I'm not doing it. I need to pay attention. And then that's when I started noticing the group. And I'm always like, why is it always these women within this 10 to like 17-year gap? Why is it always these group of women? Then when I hit my 40s, when I hit 40, 41, that's when it hit me. Oh, they feel like this. They feel like this. This is what they do. So when they see me, this is what I represent to them. It's like I represent like a missed opportunity to a certain type of woman that didn't accomplish certain things. Then I realized I have to guard myself from women who either try to live vicariously through me, or women who were
trying to use you.
Yeah, I didn't know that they did. You know, I didn't know they did those things. I had a mother that was like that. But when you're used to that type of abuse, you kind of attract that type of woman. And so I realized, oh damn, I have to learn to stand up for myself, because like my mom trained us to be very friendly, almost overtly friendly. My brothers are like that. They're very sweet. But I've got one brother that didn't overcome it and go into manhood, and I have another brother that's just like, try it, I'm gonna take it in. He's very sweet, but he's got a completely different personality, and I mean, he can really manhandle you. Like, he'll always be the guy you can push around, and people are always surprised by just how far his reach is. But he can really do a lot. So he overcame it, and it's just like it's like, you know, well, that's a part of my past. I just have learned that I don't have to do it like that. So anyway, long story short, in my case, I didn't know what was going on. I got taken advantage of over and over and over again. Then I had to learn to watch out for certain women. And it was like the Lord was saying, yes, it's the anointing that I have on you. There's a certain anointing on you. And he said, that spirit, and he showed me in scripture over and over again with people that have the same calling I have. And he would use scripture to show me. He was like, you see? And I would see it from the Old Testament all the way down to through the book of Acts into the New Testament. He would show me that, see, that spirit that you're seeing, you see it here, you see it here. And I was like, okay, now I get it. Now I know where to watch. And I kept asking the Lord,
Spyro, we urgently need your help.
why is your
The
personality?
evil cat wizards of Felina
didn't know
have stormed
this
our
was what I was
castle
saying.
and captured
Why
our
is my
princess.
personality like this?
If we
He
don't
told me
stop
two
them
things.
right away, they'll force her to
And
marry
he
Prince
said when you were
Azrael.
young, you noticed at a very young age that people want to shed their childlike character. And he said, at 10, he reminded me that when I was 10, I asked him to keep my heart young. And I asked him to always keep my heart young, help me to always be able to identify with the old, and to also identify with the weakness of the old, and to use my strength to serve the old, but also to identify, to also stay young, so that I don't forget what it's like to be naive and young. And I asked him to keep my heart young, and he stayed true to that, you know. And he said, that's why you're saying that. He said, it's not that you're not growing up, it's just you know how to have fun. You just don't care what you look like and other people wear. In adults, they kind of, in a sense, kind of, they let the hurts get in. And some people lose it's like they take the hearts and they use it.
They use it as ammunition, as weapons, as a means to an end.
Well, what he told me that they barter with Satan to learn to be evil. So they suppose themselves, like the Bible says that he'll say, he talks about people that are enemies of the cross. He said that God is their belly, but they also glory in their shame.
Yeah.
He said that's what it means. He said they're taking glory in something that's shameful, and they call it being
Spyro, we
skillful,
urgently.
or having some sort of power, like you're saying. And he said, and that's what they do. He said, in a sense, they're really selling their soul for Satan, rather than bringing me the hurt and helping me to help them overcome. He said, because with me, I'm going to take the hurt and turn it into a strength in you. So I need you to go through it,
Versus adults who tend to sit there and cover up the pain or run from it.
Right, or run from it. And so, like, with me, he told me, he reminded me, he was like, no, you asked for this, and he said it's actually a virtue, and he showed me, he said, but on the flip side, he said, but what it does is, it attracts a certain enemy. He said, they don't realize that you're my babes. He said, you're babes. He said, they always think that you don't see them. He said, but you're there and you see what they're doing. He said, and at the right time, that I get them to sin, and he said, with you, he said, because you're a snare, he said, I now have the legal right to come in and not only shut them down, but strip them and then judge it. He said, I can judge it, with the others I can't judge. I was like, wow. So, like...
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
It didn't at the time when you're going through it, hell no.
Because obviously. Because when you're like a child, you think, oh, I can't do that, and then you see the punishment and you understand why you're being punished.
Yeah.
But as an adult, you don't pay attention to that.
Yeah. No, you don't. You almost kind of...
You ignore it. It becomes, you see it as like, oh, this is an obstacle. I can't do this. I shouldn't be here. And you run away.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Where, like, with me...
Because, that's the thing that a lot of people do. When times get tough, times get hard, they don't persist through it. They run away from it.
Well, Spyro, today is your lucky day. The wizards and I have worked out a little deal. If you simply pay a small toll, they'll be happy to raise
not the hurt,
these
it's
steps
the
and let you
disobedience.
pass.
It's that they're disobedient and then they
You
get
have
hurt.
chosen wisely,
And then
Spyro.
they think
I'll
that
tell
life
the
is about
wizards to
hurt.
raise the
And
steps
rather than
immediately.
go back,
Oh, and
really
best of luck
humble
rescuing that
themselves
princess.
and go back to
Whatever it
Christ
is you're up.
and be like, okay, this is what I went through, why? And then God could say, well, you're covetous, or, well, you're doing things, you did it to get attention, so like, are you surprised that it hits you in the ass? You know what I'm saying? People don't want to go back and reflect, but you have to. It's like, I saw this thing on YouTube, you might have seen it, it's a pretty popular video where there were some Maasai warriors that were hunting a lion. I think it was a lion that became familiar with their territory, and they were like, if we don't kill it, it's going to come back, and what it's going to do is going to come back with its brothers, and it's going to kill everything. So we have to kill it, because it's figured out not just our location, but it knows that there are children there. So they're going to come back to eat, and they're going to kill everything. And so they,
There's
one
no time
Maasai
to
warrior
lose.
wound
Prince
up,
Azrael and his cat armies are about to steal
it
our
wound up-
princess.
they were chasing the lion, and then the lion came back and hit him, and it shocked him, and they saw that he got hurt, and one of the lions, I think one of the claws from the paw when he got hit real bad, wound up almost like dislocating part of his arm. And so the other Maasai warriors came and they laid him on the ground, and they were just kind of calming him down. And then they said, we have to get him up. He's got to be the one that killed that lion. If he doesn't kill that lion, that fear will set in, and he'll never be able to hunt again because of that fear. So what they did was basically corner the lion and kind of rule the lion a little bit, but they made him throw a spear. They made him throw the spear that would kill the lion. And I mean, this guy's running with a mangled arm. And I couldn't believe how strong these guys are. He's running with a mangled arm, and he goes up to the lion, and the lion's kind of like still up and roaring, but I think they took his hind legs out, and I think they broke its back. They did something where they disabled his back, so it's just his front paws. He's just like, so what happened to his body is what was the only part, I'm so sorry, what am I trying to say? Yeah, he only had upper body strength, so, but still, he wound up taking the spear, he drove a spear in his neck, drove a spear in his heart. I couldn't believe what I saw. It's like, but I mean, long story short, it's like the Lord was showing me, he was just like, that's what, he said, and the Lord showed me, he said that that's the process adults don't want to go through. They don't want to get hurt and have to come back and deal with what caused trauma in a sense, whether it be that the monster is in them or the monster is outside them. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense to me.
Well, it's like, and I have a new respect for those that God sends around me, because it's like no matter what they say, it's always relevant, it's always helpful to me. I didn't realize how protective he was over me until I started watching him remove people and bring people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is good. That is great.
Oh man, I'm debating what should I eat. You know, it's easy for me to make a burger.
You know, we had this discussion before.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about again.
Even these goddamn burgers. I swear, I don't know who's worse, you or me. Because every time people ask me to cook something or ask me what am I doing, I'm making pasta.
You're making what pasta? Well, I barely eat pasta. I have, what do I do?
Yeah, apparently you eat burgers.
Shut up. I eat the pasta with the contact noodle. That's what I eat.
You need to find someone to contract with noodles.
Contact, K-O-N-T-A-C.
Yeah, my name is JAT. Wait, what are you trying to tell me?
Contact.
Try to get in contact with them burgers?
Josh, where you go? Leave me alone.
I ain't did nothing yet. Weirdo.
Oh my god.
My friend's a weirdo.
Nah, I'm a happy weirdo though.
Don't say that out loud. That's just as bad.
That's so bad. You're out of here.
Who the hell says I'm a happy weirdo?
I ain't happy. I don't care if I'm a weirdo. Yeah. Can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, well, welcome to my group.
Oh. God,
Welcome to Captain Weird, Lord of the Century.
What'd you say?
I said, welcome to the weird capital of the world.
Alright.
My name is JT and I'll be your guide. Would you like some hamburgers with those hot dogs?
Oh yeah.
Don't say that either, that's worse. Over here getting off on the fact that you can have hot dogs and hamburgers all by yourself.
You're the one that's not a hot dog.
I am not a hot dog.
I know you're saucy.
Wow. I'm no more sausage than you can handle.
I'm sorry.
Are you sure you're older than me?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did I tell you about this guy, this married guy that's trying to get on me? I think I told
Yeah, the weirdo.
I don't know what his deal is. You can tell, you know, you trying to feel. Can you tell when somebody's trying to contact you in the spirit? Can you always feel it?
When someone is messing with me in the spirit and it's ruining my peace of mind, then yeah.
Okay. For me,
Remember, I don't mess with people if I don't have to. Oh, I screwed that up. I don't mess with people if I don't have to mess with people. So, unless you're intentionally trying to mess with me,
yeah.
I'm setting myself up to reject everything unless I need to accept it. There you go. Unless it's something from God directly, I don't want it.
Wow. Right?
It's a safety thing for me.
That's smart. That's smart.
Well, not everybody wants to be attacked 24/7.
You see that? Most people are walking around straight through day. It's not like they could care less.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah. So true. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear about your aunt.
Oh, we're back to that. Yeah, thanks.
Well, I mean, she wasn't young. She wasn't old, hardly. When I saw her, she was like a middle-aged woman. I mean,
Middle
like,
age, she's in her 80s or 90s, I don't know, somewhere in there.
She was that old? Hey, she
Yeah.
looked good. Okay,
That's
so
why I
when
said,
saw her,
that's why I said, you a young person.
oh my God, so wait a minute. So when I saw her, then that was like 10 years, almost 10 years, I don't know, I didn't know this was 10 years, I'm sorry, sir. That was what, 4 or 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Let's see. It's been 4 years since the last time we talked, which was 2018. And I've known you for 4 years prior to that, so yeah, almost 10 years.
I know, you don't know, Josh, I think you met me 2016.
No, I met you in 2015. We still have the records.
Oh yeah, that's right. I met you at Walmart. That's right. It was 2015. You're
Yeah,
right.
I was the weirdo. I don't know how you can forget that.
That's all right. You're right, kind of weirdo. That's fine. You're not the wrong one. Seriously, well, I would.
As I recall, I was told that you said you find weirdos appealing.
Did I say that? Oh yeah, I do, because I do. I do. Well, because you know what? I just always have learned that like great things are. Even in nature, if you look at some of the things that seem kind of weird, they have the most interesting stories to tell, and I think they're the most interesting things to you know, be around, deal with, associate with.
I just saw Prince
yeah.
Asriel run into the castle.
Yeah.
We have to stop him before he reaches the
I've been
princess.
feeling that guy a lot, and I've been like, oh, sir, I'm not picking up that phone and telling you, no,
Potato, potato, potato.
anyhow.
Oops.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. How are you?
I know. Please, I am going. Do you remember that time we used TeamViewer to go on my laptop? There's no way. I've not been able to use it, Josh. And I think I could, if I was patient enough to sit there and fiddle with it.
Fiddle with it or pedal with it?
Fiddle, P-I-T-T-L-E, fiddle.
Yeah.
Mess with it.
And people say that I have an old vocabulary. Oh,
Take me as I am. Or have nothing at all.
I mean, if you want me to.
Hi, Spyro. Isn't Prince Asriel just the dreamiest? The other heroes and wizards won't let us get married, so we're going to...
I don't want you. Wait, hold on. Let me go back to that trip. I'm so sorry. I'm all over
You
the
don't
place.
tell anyone where we went.
Being that I'm going to be out there to see my dad and get whatever it is I need to get from him. We're going at, so we'll be getting there about 8 would you want to get back on the road and get back to Dallas? I mean, get back to Houston.
It depends. We're not staying there, and I don't have a way to rest, so...
I know. Okay. I'm just thinking, I'm just like, if you might want to go out and let's just say grab a bite to eat, just sit down and talk.
We can. I'm not against it. Like I said, I'm unable to sleep during that period because I don't have anywhere to lay down.
I get you sleep. I get
Oh wait, actually I don't know. I have to check.
What's your name?
What's my name? Josh.
No, I said, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Nothing. I'm working on something at the moment.
Oh,
I was checking on something else. I was like, can I do this thing that I'm trying to do? Do I want to do it? And of course, I don't. But, no, I was saying, as far as the whole sleep thing is concerned, I just thought about it. I was like, oh, wait, there's a way I can do that after all. Anyway, that's not important.
are you sure?
What, the sleeping thing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an important detail. It would be nice.
You need to be able to just kind of crash and sleep.
Sleep for about an hour or so. But it's not necessary if I don't have it.
No, I'm a person that's, I'm always pressing rest. And so, I mean, like...
Oh, I know you are, because you're always chewing me out over not sleeping enough.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's just because I know what it does for the body, and I've watched somebody die because they didn't think they needed the rest. And I was just like,
you also watch me overwork myself quite often.
I'm just, that's high on my list. Rest, whether that's mental rest, emotional rest, or physical rest. That's big, that's very big with me. And it's like, even if it meant like kind of pulling over somewhere and just like kind of chill in the car, just even if it's put it down for 2 hours, I'm game. You get what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to that. You get what I'm saying? But I'm saying like, we'll work something out. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I know this. I know God's in it. If he's in that trip, all that stuff's going to be covered. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good.
And I don't know. You never know. I wonder. I know my dad, he might be like, hey, come crash at my place. Y'all just leave in the morning. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what he might say. You get me?
Yeah, your dad might say some weird stuff too.
Let you say some weird stuff.
I don't know your dad. Huh?
My dad's like super conservative. My dad's from Nigeria.
No, I meant by that. I said, I don't know how your dad is. That's why I said he might say some weird stuff.
No. Won't be anything I haven't heard before.
She says with confidence.
He speaks his mind. That's one thing I like about my dad. Is what you see is really what you get. But I did let him know I need to work a ride out with a friend and let me see what happens. And I didn't ask anybody. I actually just stayed in prayer. So I've been in prayer the whole time. And so I really asked the Lord. What'd you say, Sweetie?
Playing a game. Listening to you. I'm playing a game and talking to you. Because I have to keep my hands busy.
Why? Are you sick?
No. I'm one of those people who gets bored easy, remember? So I gotta keep my hands busy or...
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh my God. Yeah, you just reminded me, yeah. Okay. That'll work. I'll call.
You're cold.
I was having a call. No, sis, I was about to say something and I cut myself mid-sentence. I was really talking to myself out loud. I was saying, okay, I'll call my name tomorrow. That's what I was trying to say. I need to make some carrot oil.
You need to make some paranoia.
Carrot oil, carrots.
Oh. I was like, why are you paranoid?
I don't get paranoid. What's a carrot oil?
You do get paranoid.
I don't get paranoid.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I fell into the ditch as it rained down low.
Wow. I walked around my property. I anointed it. The last time I anointed my property was 7 months ago. 7, 8 months ago.
Oh, well, aren't you a blessing?
And everybody bad got thrown out. I was so happy. I was happy.
So you're trying to get rid of people.
Well, no, I wasn't trying to get rid of people. There's people that house wicked spirits. They were drawing up. There was a lot of darkness forming in the back of the property. You know. And
That's how that works.
there was just a lot of bad that was starting to fester. And it really kind of came from, you know, you know how one person can carry a presence with them, but it's like they're the main problem. It's really them, because it was like once they got rid of that person, everybody else fell off. But it was like the one person that seemed like
According
the
to
most
legends, there's a golden goose at the top of this here mountain.
easy
I want to
going.
be the first person to the top so I can grab it.
Easy going.
I just
Seemed
bought
like
some
matter of fact, it's the
Insta-Sprout
one
Ultra
person
Super
that
Grow
you-
seeds from a bear with a bag of gems. He said they were magic. But I can't make them do anything. You can have a couple if you like.
He's a nice guy, really nice guy, but like, I remember he was trying to hit on me for a long time. I was like, no, sir. When he couldn't succeed, he finally wound up getting with some girlfriend that he had from the past. And I'm just like, this guy has a problem. And he needs a woman to use because his karmic bad. You know what I mean? Like, some people, they know when they're running out of time with God, you know what I mean? And so they'll use people, they'll keep certain people around their lives, either function people that can bring in enough money to where if they're in trouble, they're there to bail them out, you know? And he thought, you know, he's that guy, he's really good looking, but he's that guy that could like bag a girl. And I was like, David, I didn't tell nothing, but I was like, I got eyes, I see you. You come a long way, but it's scary.
I got jokes.
Not for real. I mean, no, because I mean, like, you know, it's that thing where, you know, he's another race, and he just thought that, you know, he thought, I guess, and they say he probably thought I would find it amazing, and he said, no, man, I was like, you know, anything that's got that has legs. You don't strike me as a man that has good character, you know what I mean? So, just anyway, long story short, I think he tried for like 6, 7 months. It didn't work out.
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah, you do. You're perfectly intended to laugh.
No. Let me step out laughing, John. Let me explain.
Laughing like that, you're gonna choke.
I'll never choke. God gave me my laughter. Oh, I look like choking. Hell no, I'm not choking.
Well, you look like choking, a very sad excuse of a person. Anyway, you were saying...
Well, I was saying that.
Hey. Frida,
Yes.
you want some salt with that pepper?
You need to quit. You're the one making me laugh. Stop.
Found this
I ain't did nothing yet.
I think it was laid by a golden goose. We'll
No.
have to keep
The
going.
reason why.
Almost to the top.
It's not what the penny's so bad. No, I'm saying.
Hey, anything I can do to make it cheddar, I will.
It was definitely TV, so. Oh, no, I'm just saying that, like,
Hey, if you wait, it gets Gouda.
So far. Why'd you take too much
do that. But I would say that, like, well, it's just like, you know what? It's like, you know what, Josh?
You know what? I know a lot. I don't know. I don't know what. You just know what. You know how I know? You're trying to think.
I'm trying to think, and I keep repeating myself because I'm in thought rather than having my thoughts formed and I'm speaking to my heart. Okay. It was just that I was in a situation, I was grieving because my sister just died. And
I wanted to start laughing there because for whatever reason you just stopped, and I was like, I hope that's not the end of that story.
no, it's not. I was grieving. My sister just died, and I didn't realize Satan had sent somebody in. You know what I mean?
Trying to get you.
And Satan had sent somebody in because I was emotionally vulnerable. And in that situation where this is where I love Christ. I love that when you walk with God, God always is constantly on you about your character, because the enemy will also come in through your lack of character, you know. And I really have to say, Jesus, thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for taking care of my heart, because if you didn't, I wouldn't have seen that guy. Not so much to see it, but like, that person was trying so hard to make himself be this answer for me, and it's like, this person doesn't know I have a relationship. He doesn't know I have a real relationship. Everything's on a church door. And I don't ever, you're the only person that really kind of knows how my relationship with Christ goes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've known you longer.
Yeah, you know me longer, but you also know me by the Spirit. That's a big difference. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your Spirit's aware, so like, you have to understand, you have more in understanding than like the average guy. You know? And so that's not just being around me. I've had people that have been around me, but they still don't see. It's like, you don't see. You know? So like,
I see?
yeah, you see, you got a pair of eyes, and you got two more behind them.
God, that was cornier than what I said.
It was like, dude, I had to do it.
You know what? You're like that kid's song about the dog whose name was Bingo. Show if you can keep that up.
I don't
You're crazy. I'm gonna call you Miss Bingo instead of Frida.
It's fine, that's okay. So that kind of likes read to it. No, I'm serious. I can't be
I can just picture your dad. I can just picture your dad sitting there, and I'll be like, "Hey, Bingo, you ready to go?" And he'll be like, "Who the hell is Bingo?"
My dad will be like, "What you call my child?"
I said, I'm gonna repeat it too, and I'm gonna be like, "She's Bingo," because she reminds me of this happy-go-lucky dog that whose name is Bingo.
Can't take me serious. I'm not serious about anything in life. I respond to that. I'm serious, but
You're serious when you need to be serious.
Yeah. Life is already wacky as it is. I take every opportunity to laugh. And you know what I learned? I didn't realize it's broken for some people. I didn't know.
Their hearts are broken. Their sanity's broken.
Oh wow, is that what it is?
No, I was just. You stopped in mid-sentence. I was trying to figure out what you were talking about.
No, I was saying that. Just laughing. I found out that my urge to laugh, I laugh a lot about certain things, and then almost act like a 5-year-old about certain things. And it's just, I noticed that it's provoking to certain people, and I didn't understand that.
Yeah, because some people don't like that.
Yeah, and I didn't know that, but I did not know it's protection for me. I love that too.
It's a defensive measure. A lot of people have different ones.
Oh wow.
Like for me, when things start getting to the point where I'm like, okay, you're making me uncomfortable, my voice goes completely monotone and I just stop listening. And I'm just like, sure.
I've seen that. I've seen you do that, and that actually scared me. I want you to do that with somebody. I didn't know you. I didn't know that.
You didn't know me like everyone else knew me. So when I did that, you're like, why is he being so... And the thing is, I wasn't being mean. It's just that they finally got on my last nerves, and I was like, all right, F you.
Yeah. No, but I saw what was going on after the fact. Like, I didn't get it until you had explained to me, and then I was like, oh, that's why they did that. And then when you explained, I was like, oh my god. That's when I learned you have a completely, that like, I learned that you have completely different faces. Not different faces, you're nice overall, but I did not know that you have a defensive side. I've never seen that side of you before.
A lot of people don't because I don't show it. I'm not defensive unless I have to be defensive, and it's usually for one of two reasons. One, you're coming after my family, or two, you're coming after me spiritually, and I don't want to be bothered.
Right.
And that second one is usually most likely the case, and it's usually a pain in the butt.
Wow. Oh, crap. Wow.
Did you say increíble?
Incredible. Yes, it's incredible. Incredible. It's French. We're incredible.
Yeah. I know it's French. We've gone over this. My French isn't as strong as yours. It's a learning curve. I never learned French. I learned Spanish and Italian, and some Russian.
Wow, you love Russian a little bit?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know why I had to learn some Russian?
Yeah.
Because I was falling behind.
What do you mean by falling behind? Falling behind myself?
It's a joke. I learned Russian because I was falling behind.
Still don't get it. Freaking.
Russian is to move fast.
Oh, okay.
Looks like you're a little slow.
It's alright. I can be blonde for roots. I've admitted it.
Considering that you have black hair, that's kind of sad.
It's funny.
Satisfaction is always guaranteed.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Until the banana drops.
Right.
Well, you'll never know when the banana drops.
Never. That's alright, I'll go with that. Anyhow, that creep sent in, I didn't realize, it's not that I didn't realize, I just didn't have time because I wasn't stuck there, you know? But it's like,
It's one of those things where you have to be wary that the enemy is present. Because ignoring, it's one of those instances where you have to be wary that the enemy is present and not ignore him. Because if we ignore him, it makes it worse. Because now he's like, oh, okay, so if they're ignoring me, they're not going to see what I'm about to do next. Versus if you're keeping an eye on them, they'll know you're keeping an eye on them, but that also means that they can't be sneaky about what they're doing. They have to be open about it. Which then makes it obvious whatever they're trying to pull.
All I can say is this: God is like I said tonight, and I don't know. And I watched the Lord take care of me when I was really hurting. I didn't realize how wide open my heart was. It's like, man, that must be that thing that's on. That must be that thing that's on the believer that makes you look stupid on the outside, and it makes you look weak and vulnerable. It's like go pick on the retarded guy, and you don't realize that like what seems retarded is kind of like his cover, because there's something on the inside that's great. You know what I'm saying? And it takes out. Say it again.
I said, tick-tock, here comes the clock.
Yeah.
Patience teaches man, but impatience is irrationality.
Patience teaches man that. What'd you say?
I said, patience teaches man to be patient and to wait. Versus a person who's in a hurry, they'll never get anywhere.
Well, this guy he's broken. I think.
He's broken? I didn't know that people were fixed when they start.
Well, he's broken. When I say he's broken, he has to have it. I didn't get that. I didn't talk to him all the time. It was somebody I used to say hi to periodically. And he always made it known that he liked me, but it's just like, you're a guy. You know what I mean? And you're gonna swing your dick wherever you think you can land. So for now, whatever situation he had on his plate, it's just like, I didn't realize, at the time, I didn't realize that I was vulnerable. All I just knew was, all of a sudden my sister died, I've been grieving, I've stayed to myself, and then I kind of like started like at least taking walks with my dog a little bit more frequently and spending more time outside with her. And this person popped up all of a sudden,
I
and when
found
they
the
came, it was
legendary
like all
golden
this
goose.
full-on,
You can have another
hey,
one of
hey,
its
hey,
eggs
what's
as
going
a
on? I never
souvenir.
let them know that my sister died, but all of a sudden, it's like, all this attention came to them, and I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, like, I couldn't put my finger on it, but then again, like I was saying, like, I don't like to be suspicious of other people, because, like, if I'm wrong, then it's like a waste of energy. So, it's like, you're gonna be you, and if you're bad, this is what I know, my God's gonna expose you. And even if I don't know, you put somebody around me that's like, that'll be like, hey, Frida, I hope you see this, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I didn't worry about it, and so, cordial schedule. There's one day where they were really trying to push the way to come into my place, and I was just like, it didn't work out. And I was like, okay, wait, hey, what's this from your place? I've never been to your place. Let's just hang out. We'll watch a movie or something, right? And I'm telling you, for the life of me, it's like, I think, oh yeah, it was at time when we lost power. And then I think they brought it back. Like where I was at, we lost power for like 2 hours, then it came back for a day, and then we lost power altogether for like a week almost.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that.
Yes, so that time, and so like, got power back and it's going for a few, and we've been there for a few hours, so everything seemed hunky-dory and normal. So I was gonna go to their place, just sit down, hang out, like, hang out and watch this, their place, and come back to mine. I kid you not, I mean, God, one second, I love the Holy Ghost. They left, and it's like God knows my personality. They left. I came and knocked on their door. They weren't there, so I was like, okay, let me leave. Then I go back, and then they weren't there again. Then I sent a message, and they didn't respond. And like, oh my God, I think they responded like an hour and a half to 2 hours later. And then I didn't answer back because I not that I got mad, I just felt like, I would say, yeah, I don't know, it's just, some people say it's being uppity, I think it's just having an ounce of decency, but I just felt like...
You made a suggestion, but Joe didn't stick to it, and
no, it's not, it wasn't even that, it's just, I don't know, I normally get, I'm pretty lenient with people, but somewhere in there, it struck my instinct.
What do you mean?
I was insulted. Let me explain. I'm like, I'm a young woman. You're the one that's trying to get time to tell me to come at a certain time. I come. First of all, why weren't you where you're supposed to be? And then I don't have an explanation. One. Two, okay, I come and I leave a note. I don't say anything. And regardless of anything, if you were where you were supposed to be, you should have been looking for me. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you weren't even in a place where a respectable man would be, because the way my dad raised me, and the way every man that's been in my life, even the ones that have not worked out, the way every man has always been in my life, is that if I'm present, they're present. Like, the men that I dealt with, not one has ever been absent-minded like that with me. And so I just really, it's not that when he wasn't there, it's the fact that it took me. He didn't answer back, and he didn't answer my message till like almost 6-7 hours later, and then he never picked up the phone and never called and never said anything. Then I saw him like 2 or 3 days later, and by then I already ripped him off. And so like I had a friend of mine that asked me about it, and I was just like, oh no, I think he was busy. I didn't really let on anything long happened because I thought that perhaps maybe he might have gotten busy, but I knew he wasn't. I knew that they were there. But I told her, I basically told her, like, oh, well, no, nothing really came of it. She's like, so you didn't go hang out with him? I was like, no, but like, we're having issues with electricity. He probably had something to do with it. But, like, the reality is, for me personally, I was offended. I was offended that you want my time, and then here's an opportunity to, like, show me who you are. And then when I do come, you didn't leave a note on the door to say, oh, wait, I know you're coming. I can't understand, like, there was a range and it's like, within 3 or 4 hours I'll be there. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like, there's not a note, there's not a phone call, there's not anything. I'm like, you got a lady coming to your place. I'm not some person on the street. When I come to your place, you're not there. Okay, no problem. Let's stay back almost 45 minutes later. Came back, knocked on the door again, nothing. I left to know. Then when I left to know. Then you didn't even respond to that note. Then I don't hear from you. No, when I happen to be out and about 2 days later, when you say something to me, hey, what happened today? No. I said, I came, knocked on your door. No, he said, did that lady come and said, I thought you were coming to my place. It's like, I waited for you, and that's like, what happened? He said, well, I stepped out, and he said, I had to charge my phone in my vehicle because I had some sort of issue with whatever you had indoors. I said, when you went to your vehicle, I said, you didn't leave the note knowing that I was like all